Hello friends, how are you? So today we'll be looking at the perimeter of plane shapes, and when we talk about plane shapes, we are talking about two-dimensional shapes, flat shapes, shapes such as rectangle, square, triangles, circles, etc. Those are plane shapes. Now we will be looking at their perimeter. How do you calculate the perimeter of these shapes? It's first important we know the meaning of perimeter. Perimeter simply means the total distance round a shape or an object. Calculating the total distance round a shape or an object gives you the perimeter. For example, we have a rectangle here. The total distance from this point down to here, here, there, and here gives us the perimeter of this shape. Same goes for the square, the triangle, and the circle. So there are simple ways you can do the perimeter. Since you know it's just the total distance around the shape, you could add the length of each side one after the other. Take for example, we have the rectangle here. So from this point to this point is 12 meters. So we have 12 meters plus. From this point to this point is 5. We have 5 meters plus. There's also this side. And remember the properties of plane shapes, right? Shapes like rectangle, opposite sides are equal. So since this point to this point is 12, here to here is also what? 12 meters. Then plus here to here, which is opposite to this side, is also 5 meters. Then we go ahead, that's our perimeter. So perimeter is therefore equal to 12 plus 5 will give us 17. 17 plus 12 will give us 29. 29 plus 5 will give us 34. So we have 34 meters. That's our perimeter for the rectangle. You can also decide to use the formula for calculating the perimeter of a rectangle, because a rectangle has two lengths and two breadths. So perimeter is equal to 2 open bracket length plus breadth. That's if you choose to use the formula. In this case, perimeter is equal to 2. What is our length? Our length is 12 meters, which happens to be the longer part, plus our breadth, which is the shorter part, which is 5 meters. So this is equal to 2 open bracket. 5 plus 12 will give us 17 meters. Now 2 times 17 meters will give us 34 meters. That's our perimeter, quite easily done. For the square, you could also decide to do your perimeter is equal to 5, which is for this, plus 5, plus 5, plus another 5. Remember that all the sides are equal, isn't it? So perimeter is equal to 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. That would give us 20 meters. That's our perimeter. Alternatively, if you want to use the formula for calculating the perimeter of a square, it's going to be perimeter is equal to 4 times length. This is because all the sides are equal, so they are all referred to as length, and there are 4 of them. So whatever you have in one, you multiply it by 4. That's going to give you the perimeter. So in this case, our perimeter is equal to 4 times. What's the length of the square? 5 meters. Beautiful. So it's going to be 4 times 5 meters. And then our perimeter is therefore 20 meters, just as what we have in the previous one. In this case, this is an equilateral triangle. That's for the third one. An equilateral triangle has all sides to be of equal length. So since all the sides are equal, you can also liken it to the way you solved for the square, because all the sides are equal. So the first part, you could decide to do perimeter is equal to 4 plus 4 plus 4. And that will give us what? 12 meters as our perimeter. Or you could decide to do, but please note, this is only applicable to equilateral triangle. You could also do perimeter is equal to 3 times length, and that would give you 3 times 4 meters, which is equal to 12 meters as our perimeter. Is that understood? Now for our circle, it's a different ball game, because if you look at the circle, it's just a continuous line, so it doesn't work with length and breadth like we have with these other shapes. So there's a particular formula you use in calculating the perimeter of a circle, and that formula is 2 times radius times pi, or 2 times pi times radius, whichever one you want to do, whichever way you want to do it. So perimeter is equal to 2 times pi times radius, and our pi is constant, which is 22/7 or 3.142. You get it now? It's either 22/7 as a fraction or as a decimal, 3.142. Therefore, in this case, our perimeter is equal to, what's our 2? Our 2 is a number. It's a number we know. So we have 2 times then the value for our pi, which is 22/7, then times our r. The r is our radius, the radius of the circle. And in this case, we have 14 meters. You get it now? So we go ahead and solve. Of course, 7 here is 1, 7 here is 2. So what we are left with is 2 times 22 times this 2, which is remaining. So this is equal to 2 times 22 is going to give us 44, and 44 times 2 is going to give us 88. Therefore, our perimeter is equal to 88 meters. That's the perimeter of the circle. I want to believe you've learned something today. Thank you. Do have a lovely day. See you in our next class. Bye bye.